Hey Cougar Nation, my name is Robin Conger and I am the Dual Credit Coordinator for Canyon High School, and I just wanted to take a few minutes to talk to you about our Dual Credit program. First of all, what is Dual Credit? The Dual Credit program at Canyon High School allows a student the opportunity to earn college credit through St. Philip's College, which is one of the Alamo College District schools in San Antonio. So students can earn college credit while earning high school credit too at the same time. So again, dual credit. They're sitting in their English class at Canyon High School and earning that college credit through St. Philip's. So there are many benefits of taking dual credit. Students have the opportunity or the potential to earn 14 courses, which is about 42 college credit hours. They can't earn any more than that because then that begins to affect their financial aid, things like that. So we have several language courses that the students can take and just some others, a math course, a history course, government. So we have several opportunities or several different courses for our students to take. Taking dual credit increases the likelihood that a student will enroll and graduate from college after high school, so that's definitely a benefit. And then the challenging coursework prepares students for the rigor of college work, so definitely some good benefits. These dual credit hours usually transfer to colleges and to universities. It is up to the student to check to see if those credit hours will transfer, but it's just a great way for students to earn some hours in high school, to earn those college hours in high school. But again, it is up to the student to check. And I have a couple of resources. I have one listed here and I have another one, and I'll talk about both in a few minutes. So basically, if students choose their courses wisely, it could save them time and it could save them money as they pursue their college education. I know as a parent, we're always looking to save money for our students in college and just to save money in general. So it's a great way. The dual credit program is free to the student, so there's not any cost up front for the parents or the students. When transferring credits, the student needs to have a C or better. So anytime a student earns a D or F, usually they are removed from the course at the end of that semester and they aren't allowed to take the second semester of that course. So it's important students still have to take care of their business in their classroom to earn that C or better. Plus, we don't want students to have a D or F on their college transcript because, again, this would be the start of their college transcript. And college courses may or may not transfer to an out-of-state institution. So it is up to the student to check on that. And like I said, I have a couple of resources for that. In the state of Texas, there is a guarantee that students can transfer those hours to public schools. But one thing to note is that sometimes the colleges or universities may accept the course, but it may be considered as an elective instead of part of that student's major. Now, usually English is one of those things that most majors require English for it, so that's one that usually transfers. As far as math, it can transfer too, but if a student is taking engineering or if a student is taking some other courses, it may only count as an elective. So it is so important for the students to kind of have an idea of what they want to major in and then the university that they want to go to so that they can make those informed decisions. This is one of the resources that I was talking to you about. The Transfer Advising Guide through St. Philip's or through Alamo Colleges is a great way for you or for your student to kind of preview what courses will transfer to where. So if you log into that website and type in Transfer Advising Guides by university, it will pop up some different universities, or you can choose which ones you want to peruse. And once you type in that university, you can tell if those courses will transfer. We also have another resource for you, and this is to check course compatibility to make sure that the course that you're taking at St. Philip's has a similar course at the university that your student wants to attend. So you would type in the St. Philip's College and then whatever university the student wants to attend. So if your student wants to attend Texas State University, and what it does is it puts up kind of a side-by-side. So you would have the St. Philip's side here, and you would have Texas State, use that as an example, have Texas State here, and it would say English 1301 under the St. Philip's side, and then whatever the course number is for the Texas state, so you can tell if they offer that course or not. Who can participate in the dual credit program? Any eligible sophomore, juniors, and seniors can take dual credit, and we talk about eligibility. There are some certain prerequisites for some of the classes. In order to take the Spanish 3 dual credit, students obviously have to complete Spanish 2. For the math 14 course that students take, they have to have completed Algebra 2, and we usually highly recommend that they complete Pre-Cal as well. Students tend to be more successful with that. So again, they have that criteria that they have to meet those standards. Now, the thing is, if you have a freshman who is currently taking the Spanish 2 class, they would be eligible for dual credit Spanish 3 their sophomore year. So again, that's why we have eligible sophomores listed, because sometimes we have some of those sophomores taking Spanish. They have to meet all the requirements and prerequisites for the course, as I was saying, and then they have to successfully complete all the registration steps in order to enroll. So it is a process. It's not just that the students come and say, hey, I want to take dual credit next year. They can't just tell their counselors that either. There is a process that they have to go through in order to enroll in dual credit. So just like if any of you have any seniors this year or students who have already graduated, you know that the process for applying to colleges starts usually the summer before their senior year. Sometimes students are still applying in their senior year. And so it's the same thing with St. Philip's and for dual credit. Students start that application process now to apply for next fall for dual credit. And so the first thing your student will need to do is complete an Apply Texas account, and then they will get an ID number, and they have to keep that in a safe place. They will apply to St. Philip's College. It usually takes about an hour or so to complete that application process, and it's usually helpful too for the parents to sit with the students, so if they have any questions, the parents can answer that. It's important that students input their information correctly, meaning that they don't go by nicknames, they use their legal name, their date of birth, and all of that information is correct, because it does slow down the process if there are some inconsistencies. The students need to use a personal email address on their Apply Texas account, not their Comal ISD Gmail account. And again, we encourage students to kind of only use that Gmail address for school purposes. Anything outside, like if they're working on any, like for jobs and college applications and all of that, they need to start using that a personal email address, because when they graduate, that Gmail account goes away because the student is no longer with us. The second step is, so once the students have completed their application for St. Philip's through Apply Texas, they should receive an email from St. Philip's College probably about a week after. It says 3 to 5 days. Sometimes it just depends, but no more than a week should go by and they should receive these login credentials for St. Philip's. Students will create their ACES account from here, and in their ACES account they will complete 2 modules, the GoFar modules and the Test Prep modules. The GoFar modules just help students learn more about college life and responsibilities, and then the Test Prep modules prepare the students for the TSI test, which is the Texas Success Initiative. Students have to demonstrate college readiness in order to take a college course, and so they can do this several ways. One of them is taking the TSI test. The other is through their SAT or ACT or PSAT scores. So the TSI test, again, it's reading, writing, and math questions on a test. The students have 2 opportunities to take it for free at Canyon High School. If they don't pass within those 2 attempts, they can go to St. Philip's to take it. There is a small charge for it though. But again, if they score high enough on their PSAT scores or an SAT score, they may only have to take part of the TSI. So we can mix and match those 2. And I will help students if they have questions with that. It is important to note though Students are starting their college transcript, and so there's some things that they need to know. I know a lot of times students are thinking this is a great way to earn college credit and it's free, and so sometimes they may get in a little bit over their head and they want to take 3 or 4 or 3 courses, and so it's important for students to have a balance and to kind of know what they're getting into. Students can drop a class, but in the state of Texas, you only get 6 W's or 6 withdrawals on the college transcript, and after that, it begins to affect financial aid eligibility, and it can affect their course load too. So again, this is the start of the student's college transcript, and we encourage them to take dual credit courses, but just know that if it gets to be too overwhelming, that we don't want them to get all these W's, and we definitely don't want them to get failing grades. So there is kind of some important dates to know. At the beginning of the semester, usually within the first 2 to 3 weeks, students can drop the course. They have to drop this course before the census date. But this is just, it's a date that the college gives, and so if the student drops that class before that date, then it's kind of no harm, no foul. Nothing goes on their transcript. There's not a W given or anything like that. It's like the student never took the course. Now, if they stay in the course and they have some issues, or they think, no, I really don't, I'm having a hard time in this class, I want to get out, they have an opportunity to get out of that class with just the W, and that's usually towards the end of the semester. So they can still drop that course with the W. After, if they miss that W deadline or that last day to withdraw deadline, then whatever grade they earn in the class goes on their college transcript. And we really don't want a student to have an F on their college transcript, because that kind of starts them out in a hole, and we don't want that for them. Just as parents, just so you know, I know your student is probably not 18, and so you want to do a lot of the communicating for them, but just know that Alamo College's staff are not at liberty to disclose student educational records to parents, so it is up to the student to be that liaison and to make those calls to St. Philip's if they're having some issues or whatever it is. They won't talk to the parent, but they will talk to the student. The SPC dual credit staff will facilitate communication between the college and the parent. So again, the student needs to talk to their instructor and if they have any questions. And so if you are interested, if your student is interested in joining dual credit next year, we have moved all of our paperwork online, just hopefully to make it a little bit easier. I know we have some remote students, and sometimes it's not easy for students to get to my office, but everything is online through Google Classroom. I have the join code here. Students can join, and then in the Google Classroom, everything is listed step by step. There are 7 steps that the students need to complete, and everything, like I said, is listed with the dates and everything. They will join the new to dual credit class 2021-2022 Google Classroom to complete their assignments. So I have my information listed there. I know I've given you lots of information, but please reach out if you have any questions. Thank you so much.